evening and welcome to News Geelong on this Kenny Rogers warm summer's evening. Tonight we feature the start of the UCI ranked 61st 2014 Jayco Herald Sun Cycling Tour from Cunningham Pier in Geelong on Thursday morning. We also speak with internationally recognised entrepreneur and motivational speaker Mr Graham Webb, MBE. And from the sports arena, Alex Tigani will bring us news from the Geelong Bowls Division 1 pennant competition as its home and away season draws to an exciting close before the Final Four is decided. And we enter the world of international surfing as the first local surfing representative since 1999, Cody Robinson, heads off to the world's youth surfing titles in Uruguay. Weather-wise, we'll bring you the forecast outlook from Geelong and the Surf Coast over the next 5 days of summer. The names of Russell Muckridge, Barry Waddell 5 times, Graham McVilly 3 times, John Trevorrow 3 times, and Simon Gerrans 2005 and 6 are etched into the history of the Jayco Herald Sun Cycling Tour, which started in Geelong on Thursday morning in brilliant sunshine. Our resident pedalling machine himself, Ian Nichols, was our man at the starting line.
A coup for Geelong this year with the start of the Jayco Herald Sun Cycling Tour. A wonderful day for it. You just couldn't get a better day here at Cunningham Pier. The cyclists are ready to go on the gruelling run to Ballarat and then right into central Victoria, finishing at Arthur's Seat on Sunday afternoon. And we're lucky enough to speak with cycling legend Philip Liggett, the Deputy Mayor at the moment of Geelong, Bruce Harwood, and of course the event director, a Geelong boy, Johnny Trevorrow. Always exciting, the start of something like this?
Yes, it is, especially this year, I think, because cycling is, its profile in Australia now is higher than ever, and they're calling this period now the Australian Summer of Cycling, and that's what it's turning out to be. And basically, it's all here in Victoria, because we started off with the Bay Classic Series, based here in Geelong, and then we went over to Ballarat for the national titles, then across to South Australia for the Tour Down Under, and now we're finishing here with the totally revamped Jayco Herald Sun Tour. And so it's made a great period for the riders, and that's why the big international riders are now coming here this time of year.
Well, it's a wonderful starting point, isn't it? Cunningham Pier, Geelong. It really is, and a beautiful day.
It's a stunning day. I mean, the wind is just drifting now. It's starting to get up. That could make for a tough ride over to Ballarat, but basically it's a perfect send-off. And this is day 2, but it's really the first full day of racing, and we'll just see who's going to come out now as a favourite to win.
Do you have any particular fancies, or is that not a fair question?
Well, no, it is a fair question. I think probably a sprinter will win today, although I think it'll be a reduced field because a little bit near the end it's a tough course. So maybe 50 riders fighting out the finish, and maybe a sprinter like Steele Von Hoff, Matt Goss, the big boys, they might score here. But you know, on this course there's so many teams that we don't know too much about, they could surprise. But for the favourites looking to win this race at the weekend, they really have got to just keep the powder dry and not lose time.
And of course it's a gruelling finish at Mount Arthur's Seat,
yes.
Mount Martha,
yeah,
on the Mornington Peninsula Sunday afternoon.
It is, and they climb that hill 3 times. The third time they finish right on the top, twice they go over it. Anybody who knows the area knows it's a tough climb. The views are stunning of the peninsula. The weather forecast is going to be hot, maybe 38 degrees, so it'll be a tough final day, and this race should be decided on that day. I mean, until we start that final stage, I think the winner largely won't be known.
Wherever there's a sporting event, you usually find Bruce Harwood.
Yes, well, that's true. I'm happy to support any events that are in the Geelong region, and I mean, we see today Geelong's at its best. You know, the sun's out, there's colour and the sort of the vibrancy out for the great cycling event. So yeah, it's a great day to be down in Geelong. And a coup for Geelong to have the start of such a prestigious event here. Yeah, the Jayco Herald Sun's been around a number of years, and Geelong's been linked to it for a long, long time. It's great to have them back starting here on the pier with a world-class field. So yeah, we're very lucky. So it'll be a great day's racing too. Yes, it's a hard stint, 116 k's to Ballarat, and could be quite a warm day before it's all over. It'll be hot, but it's not that far. But what they climb in between with the Brisbane Ranges and a few other places, they'll be working very hard today. And I think the Pentland Hills, I think they've modified them over the years, but still pretty stiff climb, isn't it? Yeah, they do a Category 1 today up Glenmore Road. road, and that is a tough ride. Even in your car chugs up. So I don't know how these guys are going on their bikes, but they're pretty good.
The Jayco Herald Sun Tour kicking off the real road racing day one from Geelong's Cunningham Pier.
Yeah, look, it's sensational. We had a wonderful prologue in the city last night. You know, red letter day for Australian cycling with something like 25,000 people there. But today it really starts. And this stage is a tough one. We've got a hill, Glenmore Hill, about 67k in, and it is going to be, it'll split this race apart.
Well, that's right. It's going to sort the chaff from the wheat, isn't it?
It certainly is. And I think it'll continue on there. I don't think it'll come back together.
Well, it's a tough one. It's going to be a warm one. But ultimately, at Arthur's Seat on Sunday afternoon, we'll have the ultimate test of all time.
Yes, they've got 3 climbs of Arthur's Seat, so that really should test the guys.
Now, do you have a particular favourite in your own mind?
Oh, look, Simon Gerrans has to be the favourite. He won the Tour Down Under last week and the national title the week before. But this is a seriously good field, so yeah, it'll be really, really good to watch.
Well, it's great to see you still heavily involved in cycling. How many years is it, Johnny?
Well, gee, I mean, Sun Tour, I can remember the riders staying at my house when I was 5 or 6 years of age. I raced it first in 1974, I rode about 8 tours, and now to be race director is fantastic.
Association with the Herald Sun Tour, as it was known in the good old days. Jayco got on board, of course, John, but it must feel quite nostalgic this morning to see these guys taking off from Geelong's Cunningham Pier.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. When I was a cycling writer on the Melbourne Herald, I think I covered 10 Sun Tours as they were known in those days. And then I was the director after that for 16 years, so there's 26 of them. And when I was a kid, my father used to take us to watch the tour in the 1950s, so I've seen a lot of Herald Sun Tours, yes. And,
yeah, well, you covered a lot of Ks, or in those days, miles around Victoria, and reported in constantly, not only for radio, but for the press as well.
Yes, I've been cleaning out a lot of material from our office over the past few weeks, and the stuff we did on the Herald Sun Tour, you're right, media articles, just piles and piles and piles of it, and instead of cleaning it out, I started reading it, so it was a very slow process, but it did bring back memories, yes.
Well, it's great to see you here at the start today. It's been a real coup for Geelong. It must gladden your heart to see the turnout today.
Oh, look, Geelong's had a lot of association with the Herald Sun Tour. When our company ran it, we finished it here several times. The first one we did, 1989, the first one when I was a director, actually started at City Hall in Geelong. So, look, it's a wonderful setting here at Cunningham Pier, beautiful day in Geelong, glorious place to be. So, yeah, it's a great day for a bike ride.
Well, you're still running that company, Caribou, up in Yarra Street. You're not thinking of retiring, John?
I've certainly cut back. Gone are the days when we did 10 events a year. Those days are over. Down to about 2 now. We do the Tasmanian Christmas carnivals and probably help with the tour of the Great South Coast this year in the Portland southwest region, and get some new people coming in to promote cycling events.
Thank you, Ian. This is News Geelong as we head to a break. Look out for us on Facebook and Twitter, and watch your favourite segments on YouTube each week. We'll return with more news after this.